My dumb ass. There we go. Good motherfucking morning, y'all. Good motherfucking morning. You couldn't hear me when I first started because I didn't have the fucking microphone on. But that's okay. Like I was saying, if y'all don't know anybody else who fuck with this shit, hop in the Gilded server. Because look, I tell niggas to share, you just put it in your stories like you a celebrity. Fuck out of here. You ain't a celebrity. Nobody give a fuck about you. Share that shit with someone. Don't just put it in your story. I'm going to put it in my stories. Look at me. Soon as niggas see this, they're going to be all over it. Don't nobody give a fuck about you. Share it with somebody. Fuck you talking about, man. Don't wait on the algorithm. Y'all niggas waiting on the algorithm like waiting on Jesus. Leave me alone. Alright. But we got to get into this, man. We got to get into this. Somebody play that beautiful intro. It's me. I'm somebody. I used to be nobody. During the Great Ninja War, I was fucking nobody. I'm somebody now. There we go. There we go. I fucking love that intro, guys. I love that intro. I really do. It took me a while to get it set up. Not to set up that intro, but to figure out what fucking intro I wanted to do in the first place. It took me a while to get it set up. Alright, welcome to the show, y'all. Malik, Travis, Dawson, Ryan, Solwasian. What I say? Solwasian. Welcome to the show, y'all. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, yo, Trav. I still got to fucking figure out this technology on having people come on. But it's good that I didn't figure it out because I don't want all y'all on here. I just realized that. Like maybe 3 or 4 days ago. I don't want everybody on my fucking show. Y'all motherfuckers gonna come in here just complimenting me or starting some bullshit about something you don't got nothing. You don't have nothing to say. You ever listen to somebody have nothing to say, but they feel they gotta say something? No. So I'm gonna make the call-in feature exclusive to people who join the Gilded. Okay. So more specifically, anybody who's had a consult or who was in a boot camp. It's going to be exclusive to you. So you got to join the Gilded server, look at the important information, read the directions, and become a citizen of the server. Real shit. I done said it before, man. Because you're going to miss out on the exclusive shit. When they cut YouTube and Insta, and you can't use it no more, you're going to be mad. What I'm supposed to do, bro? How connect, how tap in? I done told you already. See, niggas don't listen to me. It's going to take you a good year before you decide to start listening to me, man. Whatever, man. Whatever. All right, y'all. You can see the questions right down here. I got a beautiful show for you, as usual, man. One thing I did, because I want to push the limits and see how well I nailed down my system for creating content. So yesterday I went from script to shooting the video through post-production, and it's coming today. You ain't even be able to tell which one I shot just yesterday. Because I'm that good at it. You niggas ain't going to be able to catch up with me. I'm telling you, by the time I hit 10 episodes, it's going to be way too far gone. You ain't going to be able to catch up with me. But it's okay. It's okay, y'all. Because that's how the fuck it's supposed to be. Okay, somebody. This man typed out facts 100. You know what? I'll give it to you. There's a little sprinkle, man. There's a little sprinkle. At least you ain't use the fucking emojis. I'll give you that. At least you ain't use the fucking emojis, man. Yeah, I got the microphone back on, y'all. You can hear me. I know you can. Consu is in the building. He gonna be in the building. You'll see, man. You'll see. talking to just fill in space. Hell yeah, motherfuckers will call in just mad about some shit. Don't even have a point, trying to make a point. That's some feminine ass shit, y'all. Let the ladies do that. Have a fucking point about what the hell you gonna say. But look, this is what I want to do right now, man. This is what I want to do right now. I'm going to start my shit off like I always started off. Bobby Hemming had his libation spitting all over the room. Me, I'm going to put the spotlight on Spirit, man. Let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking. Don't believe me, just fucking watch.
With the nature of the moon being ever-changing and fluid, typically this role is filled by a feminine deity. This, however, is not always the case. Today, I ask the question, who is Khonsu? Khonsu is a god of the moon and the passage of time. According to certain Egyptian tradition, Khonsu was the child of both the god Amun and the goddess Mut, where he played a role in a sacred trinity. In certain circles, he was also well known as a companion to Thoth, god of wisdom and knowledge, although more particularly, he was said to embody the light of the crescent moon. During the New Kingdom of Egypt, he was worshipped as not only the god of the moon, but also the fertility of women, livestock, and crops. Not uncommon for an ancient civilization, because the moon is associated with the menstrual cycles of women. That was the New Kingdom, however. Even though that is where he was more widely known and worshipped, in the Old Kingdom, he was certainly not benevolent. In the Old Kingdom, Khonsu was at times referred to as Khonsu the Cannibal. In the Pyramid texts, more specifically the Cannibal Hymns, he was described as a bloodthirsty god who assisted various deities or defiled kings to eat the hearts of the other gods. The Coffin texts describe him as Khonsu, he who lives on hearts. He is usually depicted as a young man, although in the pose of a mummy with his arms crossed. He holds in one hand the crook for his role as a protector, and in the other hand a flail for his role as a ruler. If not being depicted as a young man, because he was an aspect of Ra, he is sometimes depicted with a falcon's head, where the moon is placed on top. When there was a new moon, Khonsu was known as the Mighty Bull, and when the tides changed and there was a full moon, he was often associated with a castrated bull, almost always the color white. A story that Khonsu is very well known for goes back to the earliest times in creation, where the goddess Nut was pregnant with the new gods that were to come. The god Ra did not like the idea of any new competition, and so he cursed Nut to not be able to give birth on any day or night of the year. Back then, there were 360 days in the year, and for all 360 of them, the goddess Nut would remain barren and infertile. She implored Thoth, the mediator of the gods, to intervene on her behalf. Thoth went down to the deepest chambers of his temple, far below the places where any could venture, and sought the company of all of his sacred knowledge. The god Thoth racked his mind for a way to mediate and assist in this conflict. After a time, however, he came up with an ingenious plan. He figured that he didn't need to undo what Ra had done. He simply had to find a way around the curse. Thoth had searched long and wide for the correct spell. Then, when he had found it, he used it to summon the moon to his presence. Khonsu, god of the moon at the time, obeyed the summons and appeared before Thoth in his falcon-headed form, with the full moon disk sitting upon his head. Khonsu was upset at having his progress across the sky interrupted by Thoth of all beings, who should have known better. Thoth told him that not only had he called upon Khonsu for a bit of fun, but that he wanted to place a bet upon the game they were to play, knowing not only Khonsu's joy at gambling, but his desire to covet something that Thoth had had in his possession. Thoth put up the crescent moon disc that he wore on his brow as a wager with Khonsu. The two would play a game known as Sinet. Now, if Thoth were to lose, he would surrender over to Khonsu that crescent moon disc. Thoth, however, was a master of the game of Sinet. What Thoth asked for, in the event that he won, was to receive a 72nd portion of the moon's light. Khonsu noted that the request was particular and specific. He did at first question what Thoth would want with 5 days' worth of light, but the loneliness of his constant journey and his joy of gambling led him to take the bet all the same. The two enjoyed themselves over Thoth's personal Sinet board, and undoubtedly, when all was said and done, Thoth had won the match. Khonsu gave Thoth the 5 days of light that he had wagered, and with that, Thoth made his way to the goddess Nut. With these 5 days added to the span of the year, not only did the year then and forevermore contain 365 days, but this gave a space for Nut to give birth to the new gods. Among them were deities such as Isis, Set, Nephthys, Osiris, and Horus. When Ra found out about his curse having been circumvented, he once more cursed the goddess Nut to never again meet with her husband, Jeb. For a mother, now given her beloved children, the curse didn't hurt as much as you'd think it would. There are some versions of the tale that say that after Khonsu lost the match, he was officially no longer the god of the moon. Although, like the retelling of many ancient stories, the details can get lost in translation or completely misconstrued. Always best to do a bit of your own research and to learn about these deities firsthand.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. Khonsu was fun to do. He didn't hit me like Balbo did, but like he had a little bit more of a subtle thing going on. But one of the things I've been trying to do lately is to specifically look into masculine lunar deities. Generally, like I said in the video, lunar deities are attributed to the feminine, mostly because of the menstrual cycle. And then you have water. The moon tends to influence water as opposed to fire, which is the masculine attribute. So yeah, man, because here's another thing. Motherfuckers will look at Shiva, right? And they'll think Shiva's specifically a lunar deity. He's not. He's not. Shiva's Odin level shit, dude. Shiva is Odin level shit. The moon on his head is male, but you gotta look at the stories. He put the moon on his head to protect it. Same thing with the water that's coming out of his head. There's a woman there, all right? That's a whole river. He's got both on his head. Motherfucker was talking about, oh, look, Shiva's got the moon, so that means he the moon, and that means Shakti better than him. Let's stop. Chill out. Chill out. Shiva represents like singular conscious. When I say represents, it's not because it's a one-to-one thing. Like, this is the only thing he represents is this, and once you know this, you know everything about him. No, and no. Like I said, Shiva is Odin level. Odin was was a very complex god, and Shiva equally. A lot of the Hindu gods were very complex. I mean, when you get into these pantheons that have a plethora of detail, you gotta get into the details. You have to read their mythologies. Every single thing one of these deities is holding or has around them is an aspect of them, okay? And, like, look, the clothes, all right? The cup. Come on, it's not just a fancy way to paint the picture. I mean, I know motherfuckers do that now, but that's for lack of knowledge. It's because they're ignorant. Look at every aspect of the deity, all right? Like Shiva holds the drum for rhythm. He controls the rhythm. Shakti is like raw sound. See, if I'm just making sound, it don't mean nothing, all right? But you take that sound and you put it on the rhythm. Now it's something. Now it has, I I want to say meaning or vitality, but it's something else. It's something else. Louis, nice to see you in the chat, sir. Sup. All right, yeah. Like I always say, guys, get into the deities. Because, it's one thing to get out here and say, okay, I'm doing self-deification now. I'm making my own reality. It's another thing to know how a reality is constructed. Okay, you go outside, you're talking about, oh, I'm building my own house, but you have no idea how a house is built, aside from what you've seen, the apparent aspects of what you've seen. And then what you take in from that is only based on how you're looking at the thing. If you never watch somebody build a house, and you go out here trying to build a house based on just looking at the walls, you don't know how this thing works. If you really want to get to a place where you know how this shit works, you have to first take head on the stuff that you don't know. And if you're too busy being impressed with yourself, you're not going to get it. All right? You're not going to get it. It's not impressive that you're not Christian. It's not impressive. Okay? I'm getting better at not eating my kids. I'm getting much better. All right, y'all. I got a few other things for you today. I'm trying to figure out exactly what type of setup I want to do. As of late, I've been going with, hitting with the spirit spotlight, do a little corporeal, do a little chaos, do a little masculine, do a little magic, and then, cap it off with something else. But hey, we're going to get into it. Like I was saying, get on the Gilded Servant, okay? Look at the important information, follow the rules, or instructions rather. I don't have too many rules set up. I got one rule though. I'm going to enforce the hell out that shit, man. I'm petty, man. Figure out something other to say than emojis. Like, just do like your boy Ryan did, man. At least type the shit the fuck out. Man, y'all motherfuckers quick to be in a place where you feel good about agreeing with somebody, man. This feeling good shit is I'm not going to say it's done, because it's not. It's not going to end. But it's whack. It's whack. You just in this shit for motivation and wish fulfillment, then you're whack. That's not what spirituality is. You could have done that with Jesus. Matter of fact, wasn't even no reason for you to leave Jesus. Was you going to pick up Santeria? You going to pick up Hinduism? I'm not telling you to do no fucking Hinduism. This shit's done. This shit's old. You trying to be on the what's it called? The leading edge. All right? You want to be on the leading edge of shit. If you want to actually leave the physical realm, you really have to comprehend in detail that you're never here to begin with. You never left Kansas, Dorothy. But if you don't get how that worked, you're going to be walking around that fucking yellow brick road looking like a dumbass. I'm impressed because I'm smarter than a scarecrow. The nigga's dumb. He's here. His point is he's dumb. It's not impressive to be smarter than the scarecrow. And there's all kind of different other elements, esoteric elements behind this Wizard of Oz thing. Like I said before, I have the relationship with law. Anybody know what a straw man is? See, I'm telling you, man. What's a straw man? Straw man's a decoy, a scapegoat. It's something you place in the position of something else to appear to be something else, to hold the same effect. It's a person. What's the plural of person? What's the plural of person? Persons. It's not people. Persons. The plural of person is not people. We, the people, start some shit up, but persons? Yeah, I'm not giving you a rule telling you never use the word person. I'm telling you figure out what the fuck it means. That's more pertinent. Don't need to be looking for rules or how-to. There's no need to be out here looking for a how-to, practical methodology. You motherfuckers don't even know how to walk yet. Fucking practical methodology. Because what's practical methodology gonna get you, right? Doing some type of mundane thing, following somebody's fucking steps. You need to learn how to create steps. The best way to do that is to start with your premises. What have you been doing already? What is it that you've already been, what's the word I want to use? What is it that you've already been creating? What is it you've already been establishing? What have you been agreeing to? Well, don't treat deity like you did in religion. Don't treat deity like you did in religion. That was a refreshing one. There's other things to this, man. So Swan. So Swan. So Wasson. So Wasson. What did they say? So Wasson. Haven't used an emoji in 11 months. Besides the Black Love Queen King. Yeah, man, I'm not telling. Look, use the emojis, man. There's if you haven't checked it out, check out the YouTube video on the association between the emojis and the Goetia. It's wonderful. It's not one of my videos. It's a fucking puppet. God does a fucking puppet the whole time. It's fucking great. But check it out. Check it out. I'm not telling you it's a one-to-one correlation. Don't do that to yourself. Oh, it's simply this. It's simply that. It's your pontificating asses. Check it out. Just check it out. Okay? Check it out. You got to stop looking for the one-to-one correlation, the steps, the ultimate guide. There is no ultimate guide. Ain't no silver bullet in this shit, man. You need a broad horizon of information that you're familiar with. All right, I'm not gonna recommend you no book. All right, and that's ridiculous. Why? Because I fucking, one of my services is bookbinding, right? Like if you see in the what the fuck is it? I'm pretty sure I can switch this to the one I need. This one right here, Ersatz. I create occult treasuries and I do bookbinding from PDFs by hand, like here. By hand, my nigga. Like I literally do this, okay? And I'm sitting there telling you, you don't need a fucking book. God damn it. I'm cutting into my own shit. Look. Like, I'll say this. After I do a consultation with somebody, based on what the fuck's coming out of them, I'll give them a book. And it won't even be I'll tell them what to look up. And it won't even be no spooky shit. It don't have to be something spooky, magic, and, none of that shit. None of that shit. Quit trying to look the part to convince yourself. You got to get to the place where you're actually convinced. How do you do that? You challenge the parts of yourself that aren't convinced. Don't try and destroy them and consume them. Where they going to go? Where they going to go? Cleveland? Where the fuck they going to go? No. Don't try and destroy them. What is you? Get that old shit off of you, man. Hell yeah. Dawson says legal fiction. Persons. Yeah, it's a legal fiction. And sometimes fiction can be more real than nonfiction. I mean, like I say, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, man. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Spirits don't work logically. Yes, ma'am, Caston. Now, the details. The details. What you want to do is let go of the old forms of logic you have, okay? Because logic is necessary. It's the glue that binds information to create knowledge. Without logic, information is just, it's like I was talking about with Shakti and Shiva and the drum, all right? Information is like Shakti and her random noise. The rhythm that the Shiva brings with the drum is like the logic that's going to bind that information to make knowledge. Look, information. Blue. Chair. Ampersand. That's information. But there's no logic connecting it, so it's not even knowledge. And then if it can't be made into knowledge, it most certainly can't be made into wisdom. Okay? The details. You're too impressed with yourself, guys. You're too impressed with yourself. Hello, everyone. Yes, all right, Leah. Nice to see you in the chat. That's y'all's biggest problem. You're too impressed with your own progress. The measure of your progress, you're basing on motherfuckers who not here to do what you do. You so set to say, hey, look at me, I'm rare, I'm unique. Get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody give a fuck. What the fuck isn't unique? What the fuck isn't rare in its own right? Look at your fingerprint. No one will ever have one like this. It's yours specifically, your DNA. Oh, I'm a special gem. But hey, look, there isn't anything that isn't like that. Like, being unique is common. Being unique is common. Name a motherfucking human not even unique. Can't, because they're all unique. Because being unique is common. Y'all impressed with yourself, man. Put the motivation and wish fulfillment down. Y'all trying to manifest. Look, you already manifest. How did that work? I don't really know. Let's stop asking anybody else how to fucking manifest shit. And then what you gonna manifest? Something to try and change this world? This world is perfect. This world is perfect, man. If anything can happen, and out of anything that could have happened, what happened is what's happening right now. How can you say it's not supposed to be when you try and change it? Anything could have happened, and this is what's happening. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's made to be perfect. What's not perfect is your agreement to it. Fuck you mean, man. That's the shit that's fucking you up. Your agreement to this world. You got to get into the fine print of what you say you believe, man. Real shit. All right, I'm gonna hop into a segment because we gotta switch up the flow. All right, I want to keep this thing moving. This is gonna be a little bit of a masculine edition here. All right, so y'all check it out, man. Y'all check it out.
With the rise of popular manosphere icons, anyone from Rollo Tomasi or Fresh and Fit to Kevin Samuels or even Steph is Cold and Minister Jap, there has been a lot of talk about black men and women getting married. My question today, is marriage really a solution for any man in this current day and age? Pair bonding unions between males and females has a considerably long history when it comes to Homo sapiens. Although some today find any type of tradition as oppressive. That is generally from a lack of knowledge as to where these traditions come from, or even a desire to be rid of all governing forces in life and be free to do whatever, whenever, and however. Evolutionarily, if left to our own devices, the mating strategies of males and females clash quite often, more especially in the light of contemporary civilization. We are built differently and thus require different things to succeed in and fulfill our personal sexual and social prerogatives. As I've said before, what is good for the goose isn't necessarily what's good for the gander. What I also say is this: if you take care of the kings, the queens will be okay. So, let's examine what marriage has been for males. In a world where only the top 20% of men are guaranteed the attention of females, yet the larger 80% of males are needed for the functioning of a civilization, the arrangement of marriage has had its benefits. Not to mention, with females being the more vulnerable of the two sexes, to leave 80% of the women in the care of 20% of the men has never been realistic outside of the chaos of the jungles. Said differently, the default order of nature that sets the pride of lions into play is not equally suitable for the necessary order to establish and maintain thriving civilizations. That being said, what are some of the benefits that pair bonding and the institution of marriage have afforded us? Maintaining the future interests of our sons and daughters, not only that, but the collective as well. Establishing ties of kinship that would substantiate that same progress. For the greater part of our history, life has been more than Disney movie romances and fantastical love stories. It is quite often that the ends of those love stories would tear asunder whole establishments for the sake of emotional whims between two young and short-sighted people. Said differently, happily ever after is only happy for so long. Discarding the sacrifices made for the establishment of their present lifestyle and abandoning the graves of those who came before them, those who set about learning the knowledge of the ages to establish it as wisdom for the present, all for the possibility to live in emotional and blissful ignorance for only a short while. With what was called the liberation of women, the narrative went as though women were to be liberated from male oppression. To be honest, we as males can no more expect women to play their hand to their own benefit than we can expect children to do the same when offered the prospect of candy and puppies by some stranger in a van. The same infrastructure that men had sacrificed to build to ensure that any ship that sinks first calls to save women and children, that infrastructure had created an opportunity for women to abandon their role in that safety provided, to set out upon their own and risk the dangers we had for so long attempted to shield them from. Therefore, what might some alternatives be, if any at all? It's not necessarily what we are doing that's the issue. It's how we're doing it. As it stands today, the institution of marriage and the manner in which it is done does not benefit males to engage in. That, however, is not to say that men do not have some type of an option when it comes to what marriage is and can be. My solution is this: males need to reassess and redesign what a marriage is. It's certainly true that women determine who does or does not have sex, as well as whose genetics pass into the future. Men, however, determine which women are taken care of and loved. We are the deciding factor as to whether or not a family is created or a burden and her bastard. Instead of us being distraught about what women have been and can do at present, we can instead focus on what it is exactly that we want and what price we are willing to charge for that which we have. What these things mean to us as males and why we do what it is that we do. We need to be restructuring and redefining what exactly marriage is. It is well within our capacity as males to redefine the terms of these agreements. To be clear, I am not suggesting that we now flock to the streets and find some ragtag trick somewhere only to cuck ourselves out to the state and her emotional whims. Quite the opposite, in fact. This is not an attempt to save women and children from the lot that they and their mothers have set into motion. This is also not a suggestion for a task that will be easy. This is for the security of males and those things that we decide we care about. Many women will not rise to the occasion nor meet the minimum standards for this difficult transition. To that I say, fuck this bitch. This is your life. Yeah, man. That's my first installment of a new series of segments called Method to the Madness. I have masculine medicine. I'm gonna have managing misandry and method to the madness. Okay. This is something I've been finding recently because I've actually been consulting a lot of younger guys, and you know, these guys, man, they haven't even begun. It's craziness to me. Like looking back at the person I used to be, 19, 20, you know, not 19, 20 the year, but 19 to 20. Anyway, like these guys haven't even started, you know, and there's no one to tell them shit. I'm not saying I'm about to tell you all the shit. Life is gonna fuck you up. Oh yes, it will. Oh yes, it will. But that's the point. That's the point. Guys don't usually come around to desiring to know any of this stuff until they've gotten hit. All right. Before then, they're just parroting the narrative of their mother. All right. Whatever she said was the reason for relationships. That's what they're gonna say. They're not gonna say it exactly, but that's where they're getting the information. Okay. Like these guys, they've never even.
they've never even lived with a woman. All right, they may have had a little girlfriend while they was in their mama house. You know, they visited every now and then, and then guys in the chat, right? Tell me whether or not you've actually lived with a woman. I'm not talking about, your mama and your auntie and them. I'm talking about y'all had some bills to pay. Y'all was on the rent. You had to go grocery shopping. It wasn't nobody else but you and her. All right, that's a whole different ball game, man. And most of these guys, as young as they are, the only archetype they have for what a relationship is not only supposed to be, but where it's gonna go is the same old order bullshit, man. It's the old way of doing things. Because just like I say, with the liberation of women, the game was changed. The game was changed overnight, and dudes weren't put on game. In fact, dudes were encouraged to continue playing the old game to their detriment. Okay? That man Smooth said yes and not live alone. What happened, Smooth? What happened, bro? No, I feel it, man. What happened, bro? Yeah, Travis, a different ball game. It's a whole different ball game from having a little girlfriend living at your mama house. Okay, and but when I say this stuff, I'm not necessarily saying who's to blame, because if we dishing out blame, I'll just go ahead and take it myself. It's grown men's fault, but not for the reasons you think. I've the amount of men I've listened to who never considered their father's perspective because they were never given. It's craziness, man. It's craziness. It's only craziness because of based on what my own expectation is. But it goes like this, okay? The daddy wanted the kid, but he didn't want her, and she don't like that because that doesn't ensure her security. So she'll divide him, and then what'll happen? Here come the state. Here come the state, boy. I done said it before, man. These hoes ain't for the street. They for the state. They for the state. All this child support shit, man, it's ridiculous. But in terms of what the thing was built for, it's not ridiculous. It's doing its job. Just like I said in the video, we cannot expect women to play their hand to their own benefit. Just like you cannot expect a child to resist candy and puppies in that creepy van over there. I told you not to talk to strangers. It wasn't a stranger. He told me his name. No, I get it. I don't like it. It's not nice, but I get it. She's feeling hurt. She wants to do whatever her options are. Women love options. She wants to do whatever her options are. If she thinks it's going to hurt you, she's not thinking the ration or logic. She's not thinking integrity of a civilization, of a people's. She's thinking, I'm hurt. Ugh. Emotional logic. You see, that's one of the things, like, I'm going to do a segment on it. There's a difference between rational logic and emotional logic, okay? Rational logic has a tendency to be linear. Emotional logic has a tendency to be spherical. You could say it moves in circles, but a sphere is an infinite number of circles. So, what are we talking about? But anyways, I tried the stepdaddy route. My boy Smooth tried the stepdaddy route. Ooh, no go. Yeah, sir. Yeah. No, yeah. No. Look, I ain't done it. I ain't done it, but some of them single mamas be looking good sometimes. But then you gotta think about it, man. Why the fuck is she single? It's not that dudes are just ridiculous, man. We're not just stupid motherfuckers like you see in cartoons. All right, we think this shit, like, I be seeing movies where the woman is the rational, thinking motherfucker, and I'm like, what? Like, we was watching a movie the other night, and a woman she was driving. Like, she was driving. I'm like, when the fuck women start driving like that? Let me see this bitch parallel park. Get out of here, man. That shit be killing me. Easy to do a solo at this point. Yeah, tribe. Like, back in the, I'd say, we can say 1600s, because we're dealing in the colonizers' time frame anyways. But back in that day and age, if a woman actually wanted to do it on her own business, make her own money, she'd never be able to do it in a marriage. Okay? In fact, because the way the laws were set up is that if she were to get married, all of that would transfer to her husband. It wouldn't be hers anymore. And so if she wasn't going to get married, that was the best thing for her to do if she was going to be on her own. Okay? If she wanted to make things for herself, that was the best way to do it. Now, the tables are turned. If it's a man, if you want to do things on your own, the best way to do it is by yourself. Based on the current paradigm of what and how marriage works. And that was my point of the video. All right, because I'm going to keep talking about this shit. Because I'm looking at the black manosphere and I'm hearing, especially Kevin Samuels, he's talking, well, I think he's mostly talking about it because that's what women say they want. But then he's Christian or whatever, following that shit. And they have certain ideas. And what people consider marriage, like you look in the Bible, it ain't got shit to do with Caesar. Marriage ain't got shit to do with Caesar, but niggas is marrying Caesar. You marrying your woman and Caesar. We need to reconstruct what these things are. All right, we need to, just like I tell you spiritually, physically, you need to examine the fine print of what the fuck you're talking about. All right, you can call it marriage if you want to. I don't care what the fuck you call it. What is it doing? How are you doing it? That's the key. That's what you need to look at. Because I'm fucking married. I'm not married to the state. I'm fucking married. So I'm not telling you, being with a woman is a bad thing. Most certainly not at all. But you gotta get to the details. You can't expect Massa and them to have given you the tools you need. Like Massa taught Kunta how to count to 10. Not so he can free his mind and count farther than that, so that nigga can count them hay bales. Fuck out of here, man. Why smash a woman raw that you don't want to be with, knowing that a baby is a possibility? Because it feels good, Aaliyah. Because it fucking feels good. Oh my God. I don't want to put a trash bag on my dick. And see, the shit they be killing me about that is like, motherfuckers expect a teenage boy to think about these things. In the midst of his new hormones, out here about to get his first little piece of pussy, just out here with the bitches. Why would he think about that? He wouldn't. The same degree to which a girl wouldn't think about it, he's not going to think about it. They're fucking kids. Then he got her pregnant. Nigga, that was nature. We've got to start a family unit. No, baby, this was an accident. It was an accident. This is why this is one thing I tell y'all when we do the consultations. I tell this to every young man. Protect your seed. Protect your seed. As soon as it leaves your dick, you have nothing. You have no options. As soon as it leaves your dick, you have no options. Like women walking around here single mothers. Like that was a choice like a motherfucker. You got pills. You got injections. They'll suck the baby out. They'll cut the motherfucker up sushi style and suck it out of you. And nobody's going to shame you no more. Nobody's going to shame you. You're strong and powerful. Do what's right for you. No. What happened to do the right thing? Oh, we're going to save that for men, right? Nah, guys. Do what's right for you. This is your fucking life. You the one that's got to live this shit. Don't be living it based on what you think somebody gonna expect of you, what they gonna say. Live it based on you. But don't just go on feelings. Don't just go on feelings. Move based on having thought about why you do what you do. Examine your intentions, your motivations, honestly. Not just so that you can get around to getting what you feel you want. Examine your motivations. Why did I do this? Why do I want to do this? And build a philosophy around it, man. I'm going to get deep into building this philosophy. As I'm telling you, it's so necessary. Cultures and religions used to fill that space. Because people running from culture and religion like motherfucking plague. Like, chill out. Back in the day, the culture and religion gave you your philosophy of life. It told you what it meant to be a man, what you're supposed to do with your life, how to run your family, all these things. And you're going to say, oh, it was a lie, it was a lie. But maybe it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. But the reason it had to be that, because the nigga who got an answer ain't going to ask no questions. You ain't going to examine this shit no deeper than what you told to do. Which is why you don't have no options now. Nah, you gotta look below the surface of that shit. But these motherfuckers aren't gonna look below the surface. If the shaman told him, hey, this is what you do because this guy said to do it, you're like, shh, I got that. Cool, I'm gonna do that real quick and get back to my field. I got work to do. Of course. And you doing the same thing now. I'm gonna do that and get back to my fucking job at UPS, nigga. What the fuck? No. No. Examine your motivations. Examine what you want to do. Create a philosophy for yourself. Honestly, because you're the only person you lying to. If you lying the shit, you the only person you lying to, bro. Who did I miss up here? No, I didn't. I'm the daddy that stepped up. Look, you not a stepdaddy, Smooth. You the daddy that stepped up. What's that? Stepped up to the gallows. Fuck you talking about? Stepped up to the chopping block. Man, nah. Look, y'all need any questions? Ask Smooth, boy. He'll tell you that shit ain't the business. You're not saving nobody. Look, the best place for that child is with his father. Real shit. Fuck the mother. No, it's not. The best place for them children are not their mama. Especially if she ain't got a man. It's not, because then she's reduced to the same instincts that we had out in the wild. Okay. The man cultivates the woman just like the woman cultivates the child. This is why a young woman was given to an older man who had gone through his manhood rites. He was already set up to cultivate not her, but the child as well. Best place for that child is his father. So you mean a woman, she got babies and stuff. Look, you gonna give them back to him? Those are his, you know. You gonna give them back to? No, I'm the mama. Okay, cool. You can be the mama by yourself, sweetie. She may start out, oh no, he got a daddy. You ain't gotta worry about this. Couple months down the road, it's gonna change. It's got to change. It's always gonna change. They change. They always love to be able to change their mind. And once again, it's not a bug in the system. Not a bug in the system. It's a feature. She always want to be able to change her mind. Options are power. If you have options, you have power. All right? That's why you look good when you have options. When you have options of women want to fuck you more. Like, oh, a lot of women want to fuck him? Well, I want to do it too. Fuck. It is what it is, man. You can't fight it. You can't fight it. You're not my daddy. Do the stepdaddy. Was that Trick Daddy? I don't think that was shit. I'm going to tell my mama. Tell your mama. I got to listen to that shit today, man. The math scientist. In my 20s to 30s, I only dated chicks with kids. Whew. It was an easy indicator. If the kids were taken care of, well, I'll take it further. That was just me. Married 22 years now. To a single mom? You married 22 years to a single mom with, like, she got kids that's not yours? Oh, whoo. And see, look, because I'd have been like, hold on. The kid's taken care of, but is she getting child support? How's she doing this? No, I want to know about that. Shit, man. Ooh. But I mean, look, I'll tell you like this. The single moms, hey, she's probably there for some fun. I mean, look, from like 19 to about 30, man, you don't want to settle nothing. You don't want to stop, and as a male, you don't want to stop. You don't want to put an anchor on yourself. That's what I'm saying. Because we peak later, but for longer. All right? They peak early, but it's quick. It's quick. She got about, well, I was going to start with 19, but they don't start at 19. She got probably about from 16 to 26. That's all she got. And she don't have no logic or ration. More especially not without a culture or the mechanism of shame. Shame will work on women. That's why the whole don't judge me, don't judge me, don't judge me. Why not? Why not? Shame will keep her in a place. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's what the whole cultures and civilization was going to do. It gave you a framework. It gave her the collective of women. And if she stepped outside of that, shame. It'd bring her ass right back. But with no shame, what's going on? Look at the current state, man. With no shame, you can do whatever they want to. And then who has to bear the burden of all the shame? Males. Males. Name 2 things a woman can do to lose her femininity. There's always going to be a nigga be like, you know, I hit that. I hit that. Mm-hmm. Look, a dude looks sideways at a dick once, he's done. Gay. Hey, I gotta have some segments about the gay thing too, man. It's craziness, bro. It's craziness. I'm not saying it shouldn't be what it is, or it's wrong, or you shouldn't do it. Like, you do what you do. You know, that's more for me if you do it. But it's the way we think about it. Okay, it's the way we think about it that's the bigger issue. And said, no, hell nah. I married a woman 8 years my junior. She had no kids. So I bagged her on vice versa. Vice versa. Mm-hmm. We had our first child when I was 33. All right, see? There we go, the masked scientist. Yeah, look, he out here having fun with the single mamas. But when it comes to his own lineage, his own, what's the word? His own, I guess, what's they call when you build it for the future? Fuck me sideways. When it comes to his own kingdom, he went out and got a woman that was younger than him, no kids. All right, that's what you want, man. If you have the option, that's what you want. If you go to a car dealership and they got the new 2023 and you can get it, why are you gonna get the 2000? The only reason you don't get the 2000 is because you don't have the other option. Oh, it's more fuel efficient. What? Stop. Get the fuck out of here. You know who tells you that motherfucking shit? The car salesman trying to sell you that 2000. That's the only motherfucker gonna tell you that shit better. Go get the other one, man. Go get the other one. And see, this is the thing I wanna emphasize about being with a woman, man, is that ain't no such thing as a good or a bad woman. That's the Madonna horror complex, okay? Ain't no such thing as a good or bad woman. They're essentially the same. All right? Oh my God, you can't say all women are the same. I'm not saying all women are the same. I'm saying in general, okay? Look, plants are green. Plants are green. I'm not saying every single plant is all green. No. But the consistency is there to a degree that if I just say plants are green, you don't have to put anything else on there. All right? Women are consistently the same. And I say that to say part of your philosophy is going to have to be how to build her from the ground up into what you want. Because if she likes you, she's going to do it. She'll even be grateful that you have a plan on what she's supposed to be doing. Because she don't know. She don't talk the big game. Because it feels good to say, I know what I'm doing. I know what's going on out here. Y'all niggas do it with spirituality. Yeah. You motherfuckers have no idea. Well, this is what I'm saying. You got to have a plan on how to build her from the ground up. You're not going to find a turnkey woman where you just walk in here and she know what the fuck she's supposed to be doing. Go ahead and fuck them older bitches you want to. You'll see why she's gone so long and she's single. Fuck out of here. Lineage, legacy. Those are the words I was looking for. Thank you, Smooth and Louie. Yeah, lineage and legacy, man. Lineage and legacy. Facts. My mother mind controlled me not to marry a ready-made family. Hell yeah. Whoo. Man, see, if your own mother isn't in her delusion, she can help you. I mean, Calvin Chaos. He told me his mother he asked his mama, Mom, what am I supposed to do for a woman? You know, what do women want? She straight up told him, I don't know. I don't know. And look, that's the thing. They don't know what they want. They know how they want to feel. That's a very different thing, guys. That's a very different thing. All right, I'm pushing my time, man. How have I already been doing this for an hour? It's craziness, right? It's craziness. Anyway, we always got more. You're gonna have to come in, get your console, or come on to the next episode. Next segment, man. Next segment. You motherfuckers will leave Christianity. I'm not religious anymore. Tell me about the middle path? I'm here to talk about it today. Don't believe me. Just watch. Left-hand path. Right-hand path. Is it best to just choose neither and stay neutral? Said differently, is the middle path the way? In the information that I present and the occult work that I personally do, I am a proponent of the left-hand path. How exactly does all this path stuff work though? To get an idea of the conceptual framework, I'll define it as such. The paths are various directions on the perspective of the Most High in relation to itself, the self, and the philosophy of your physical life. In some cases, even beyond that. I mention the physical life specifically because regardless of left, right, or middle, all of this is talk of physical life policy. The subject of this segment, however, is the middle path. This is where the idea that all is one is taken to the extreme, and the examination of self is virtually non-existent. Now, if that's not quite clear, let's take a look at the left and the right-hand path to help give some context to this idea. Now, putting aside for a moment the underlying presumption of human, because, as I said before, these paths are philosophies for your policy of physical life. In general, the paths reflect a perspective on the Most High in relation to the self, in its many and various forms. On the right-hand path, the goal is to commune with the Most High. This is typically considered traditional organized religion and comes along with a view that sets the Most High above the self. Said differently, in these frameworks, the self is said to be below or lesser than the Most High. And because of that, it becomes necessary to commune with the Most High as the self. On the left-hand path, the goal is to embody the Most High and is populated by those who are equal to said Most High. The solo practitioners and occult intellectuals generally make their home here. Even in some respects, some organized religions will call themselves left-hand path. And honestly, where the lines are drawn between the two is a discussion for a different video. This one is about the middle path. To keep the takeaway as simple as I can, I'll say this. On the right-hand path, the practitioner chooses progress and works to integrate themselves with the Most High. On the left-hand path, the practitioner chooses progress and works to fully embody the Most High themselves. So, does the middle path choose progress as well? No, not at all. And I'll give you a few reasons why I say that. The middle path is a representation of the journey that the soul takes from the Most High all the way down to the most low. Earth. Earth as in the physical world as a whole. The planet is named Earth. That's the same thing as a king being named king. If I were to ask, what's it like to be king? Well, am I speaking about the person named king or the position of king? Once again, the middle path is a representation of the journey the soul takes to get to Earth. Here, think about it this way. A mango on a tree falls to the earth below. This is a whole new environment for the mango, and most of what it has been will die away to give rise to what it can become. In this new process of necessary introspection, of finding out whether you're a mango at this point or a seed, naturally, the temptation to associate oneself with the earth and the new environment they find themselves in is very high. The mango is far removed from being the same as the earth around it, and from its current state, there is no reason for it to believe it's not part of the earth where it finds itself to be, even though the fact of the matter is that not only did it come from the canopy above, but the potential to rise to be a canopy unto itself
lies within the mango's necessary introspection in knowing itself as a seed, a feat the earth around it cannot do. And this process is in fact the basis for the idea of tithing from Christianity. Give unto Caesar, or the earth, what is Caesar's. Giving up the self as a mango allows the deeper potential that was the reason for the mango's existence, the seed, to unfold and finish the process that was started. My point here is that the middle path is not a path forward. It's the path you've already taken. Now, some of these non-intellectuals will claim that there is no path, there is no work, there is nothing to do. Even that there is no choice. Making no choice is the only choice that's not even actually a choice. It's the absence of such, and ultimately is cowardly. Might I remind you, when that mango falls from the tree, it does not choose which branches it hits, nor the spot upon the earth at which it will fall. Choice is something unique that comes from the unfolding from the earth. Representations of the middle path are depictions of the very beginnings of unfolding into being. Just like back in Christianity, where most of the Bible is written in a past tense to suggest it's already happened. And if you go to the end, that will be written in a future tense to suggest it is to happen or to come in the future. The middle path is not, and more importantly, cannot be a path of progression. This can even be seen in the actions of those who choose to follow such a path. With the pursuit of being untethered from desire and attachment, these practitioners fail to see the redundancy in their tactics, especially considering their pursuit to be untethered from all desire and attachment is in fact a desire that they are attached to. The right-hand path is the trash you threw out last week as Christianity. And your claim to want to abandon humanity propels you inevitably towards the left-hand path. My point in all this is that the middle path is redundant. You've already walked that path. It's already done. There's no instance in where a fruit falls from a tree and gets back to those heights by going back up that same tree. You can't go back the way you came. Make a choice. Choose progress.
Yo, Telemarius said it, man. Like, real shit. Real shit. You know somebody talking this shit? Share it. You don't even have to explain it yourself. Although I would prefer that you lean in, figure it out a little bit, and get what the fuck I'm saying. If you don't get what I'm saying, ask a question. But at the very least, because, you know, niggas like to make sure you look good, flex to the other motherfuckers who you think are dead, share it, okay? Telemarius said it. Real shit, bro. Real shit. The middle path is redundant. It's redundant. You've already done it. Right? Just like back in Christianity, they told you Jesus died for your sins. What does that mean? It means the work's already been done. The work's already been done. You just have to acknowledge it. You have to acknowledge it. And let's say you hired a motherfucker to do your yard work, right? To fix up your yard, cut your grass, do your bushes, you know, plant a few flowers. The motherfucker's in your face saying, hey, sir, master, I've done all the work. Everything has been done. And you just sitting there, oh, what? Oh, no. Until you acknowledge him, he can't leave. He can't be done. The work's been done. You need to acknowledge that. But what are you doing? You're playing human. You're agreeing to the strong illusion. In the book said, I'm going to put you under a strong illusion. I'm pretty sure he was talking to Amos. I think he was talking to Amos. God sat on a wall with a plumb line in his hand, and he asked Amos, what do you see? Amos said a plumb line. But stop, you missed God and the wall. Fuck you talking about? I'm going to put you under strong illusion, and you ain't going to see me for a minute. The strong illusion is this human shit. Human is the lie, not Homo sapien. I can say Homo sapien. I just said it twice. Human is the lie. What are the details of what you're agreeing to? What is self? So you motherfuckers will leave God and the devil and then go talk about my higher and my lower self. Boy, you just did the same thing again. Because what is self now? Same thing it was when you was a Christian. Same thing it was when you was a Christian. because you didn't do nothing different. You just put a new dressing on it. Fuck out of here, man. The middle path is redundant. Pertaining to the tree of life or in general. Yo, check out the flat earth video I did from the last episode. Once again, the tree of life, it's a roadmap, okay? When you have all these different various diagrams, it's like a bunch of different people making a map of the same thing. Okay, if I had 30 people make a map of Atlanta, you're going to find consistencies in it, but it's also going to be tailored to whoever made the map. Okay, the tree of life is a map. And not only that, if you're going to fuck with the tree of life, you got to fuck with it, meaning knowing all the context involved. All right, tree of life goes hand in hand with the tree of knowledge, which is the Kalipoff. I talked about that in the last episode. I'm pretty sure it was the last episode where I talked about flat earth. But yeah, so if you don't know that, if you don't know the fact that the tree of life manifests in a fourfold pattern, you're not gonna see the whole picture. Like people who say shit like the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, they're repeating people. They're repeating people. They haven't studied it themselves, because the subconscious mind is not in any of the psychological texts. It's none of the people who brought about the idea of a conscious mind or an unconscious mind, because niggas don't talk about the unconscious mind. It's not the subconscious mind. People who talk about that shit, you know, people who say out the side of their fucking neck, the ego, your ego. No, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Don't eat them. They'll forget things like the persona, the id, the superego, the anima and animus. You know, these frameworks are pantheons. They're pantheons. There are details involved that you can't just pick and choose. See, that's what motherfuckers did when they was Christians. Bad Christians, bad spiritualists. They get in here and they pick and choose the parts of a system that they like, that make them feel good to say. Because back when they were Christians, it was all about motivation, feeling good and getting your wishes fulfilled. So now they come here, they set up their feel good, and they're like, well, how do I get my wishes fulfilled? No, this ain't what this is about. Challenge what you say you think you know. What you say you know, challenge that shit head on. Otherwise, this place is going to challenge it for you, man. Like the whole point with the tree of life and the middle path is that it's already been done. It's already been walked. All right? That's the route that the individuated soul takes to get to the lowest point. Most high, heaven, is the highest point. Earth is the lowest point. And once again, Earth is not the planet. The planet is named Earth. Earth is the whole physical realm. The whole physical realm. All right? And so, just like I said, the path a fruit or seed takes from going from the branches down to the earth, it does not go back up the tree trunk. It doesn't. That's stupid. It doesn't go back up the tree trunk. The middle path is showing you the path down, okay? To go back up, you have to make choice. You have to choose. All right, you can either agree to the earth where you find yourself, or you can rise above it. Inevitably, simply by your nature, you'll be pulled away from it. But if you continue to tether yourself to it, you're not going to get very far. You're not going to get very far. But my point in saying all this, okay, I'm not telling you need to be left-hand path, all right? In fact, I would dissuade you. This shit ain't easy. It don't tickle at all. You're going to catch these L's, and you're going to catch them good. You motherfuckers out here, I don't debate anybody. I don't want to argue. Everybody's ultimately right. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. As powerful as you say you are, fight me. What's the worst that's going to happen, bro? You going to die? Oh, death is an illusion. Look, illusion don't mean it's not real. It means it's not what it appears to be. Behind every illusion is a reality. Illusion is a necessary part of what it is to be. So you niggas will say chaos being out the side of your fucking neck. It's the chaos and the being. And you motherfuckers don't even study chaos. Like, this is people's problem. You're not challenging what you believe. You get to a point where you hear somebody say things that sound good to hear. That was what you did in Christianity. That's why it wasn't shit. Not because Jesus ain't real. Jesus is real. Jesus is real. Jesus is real. Santa Claus is real. Sonic the Hedgehog is real. Ra is real. Fuck out of here, man. How you gonna tell me Spider-Man not real? How you gonna tell me Spider-Man not real? Spider-Man don't have his own physical form. Spider-Man real as fuck, man. Spider-Man real as fuck. Am I saying there's a person, there's a Homo sapien with some spider things in his arms flying around New York? No, that's not what I'm saying. These non-physical realities not only precede your physical experience of life, but they influence it. Example. You had some trauma when you was young, right? You scared of dogs. That trauma is not a physical thing. But I tell you what, you see a dog, physically, it's going to affect you. You motherfuckers talking about leaving the physical world, but don't know the line between one place and the next. And so how the fuck you gonna know when you do it? Oh, I feel it. I resonated that I did it. But stop talking about fucking ego death. It wasn't ego death. You let me go for a moment. That's all that was. Ego don't die. Ego don't live. How the fuck is gonna die? See, but it feels good to say, oh, I've experienced ego death. Oh, get mad. Oh, have you experienced ego death? No. Fuck. And look, most of the shit people attribute to the ego is not. It's not. It at the very least, it's your personal pride. It's your personal pride. It's not the ego. See, that's one of my kids. 7 kids. They fucking y'all up. And you want to talk about the ego? I'm in the ego. I was in my ego. No. And if you're going to talk about ego, go back to where that shit comes from. Get a picture of the whole pantheon. Like, you talking ego. Do you even know what a superego is? How about an id? Conscious and unconscious. It's okay. Because I have to remember, I was there. This is how I know I can read you motherfuckers. It's because I was you. I'm not a nigga who know how to do car shit. I'm falling behind on technology. I'm not a nigga who know a bunch of shit about growing stuff. You know, I'm trying to learn that shit. I'm not a nigga who know a bunch about cooking. I'm learning that shit. But I tell you what, this occult shit, you're not going to beat me. You're not going to beat me at my game. This is what I know. I know because I've been through the mud. I'm still in the mud. Fuck you, me. I'm still in the mud. So based on your own personal work and understanding, do you believe you're not coming back here? Bruh. Dorothy, you never left Kansas. Dorothy, you never left Kansas. But see, the devil's in the details. If you don't know how that works, metaphysics, if you don't know how that works, it's not the case. See, I guess I like to say it this way. You already win the game. But if you don't know how you won, you didn't win. I'm the god of losing. I'm telling you, I will lose so well you'll think you lost. You never left Kansas, Dorothy. But you gotta know the nature of your predicament and how you're continuing to agree to it. Otherwise, you won't be able to see through the illusion. And you'll continue to subtly agree to this place. Like when you say, I'm never coming back. What do you mean by I? My soul. Oh, so there's a possessive there, which means there's 2 parties immediately. My soul. Boy, stop. A soul is not something you have, it's something you are. The devil's in the details. The darkness is subtle. by its very nature, it tends to go unnoticed. I'm telling you, see, this is what people miss all the time, is the darkness. Like, that's my biggest beef with niggas who talk darkness, is they miss the subtlety. They stop with the human shit. So, oh, everything has a light and a dark side. No, 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 no. The darkness precedes the light. See, once again, you've confused darkness with shadow. Oh, it's just your ego. No, that's probably some shadow shit. And look, you gotta do the shadow work, man. I'm gonna have a segment on the shadow work next week. I'm getting it finished up right now. That's part of what I was working on yesterday. I got a segment coming on the shadow. Look, shadow work, okay, you gotta do it, okay? But it's not the work. It's not the work. At the very best, shadow work is cleaning off your tools so you can go do the work. What's the work? Grow. Rise to the heights from which you came. Understand what self is. Understand how you never left Kansas. Because look, if you never left Kansas, you don't gotta ask how to get back. That's the shit. That's the, like, bruh. Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for the kingdom of God is within. But within what? What is you? It's not within cells. It's not within melanin. It's not within your kundalini. Y'all niggas don't even know what kundalini is. The self is kundalini. It's not some spooky fuck magic in your tailbone. Ugh. The chakra system is overlaid over the image of a human, okay? Or Homo sapien. It doesn't mean that it's in the physical body. It's not. Anyone talking about electromagnetic spectrum missed it too. Missed it. If what yourself is the whole damn thing, your root chakra is all of the physical world. I'm gonna say it again. If what yourself is the whole damn thing, all of the physical world is your root chakra. It's not something in your meat bag. I'm telling you, motherfuckers don't know how to read the map. Motherfuckers don't know how to read the map. Occult Corner Store, hey, in the building, in the building. The video game had me believing I'm the character. Exactly. Neck deep in that shit. Swear to God, you Mario. Oh my God, I don't want to lose my health. You got lives. Get a mushroom. Hit a mushroom, quit playing, man. Hit a mushroom, quit playing. See, look, man, the devil's in the details. Because this is the thing, like when I say the physical world is the appearance of a place, you turn on a video game, there's a whole appearance of a place. An illusionary place. Remember, illusion doesn't mean it's not real. It's not what it appears to be. Because behind the appearance of that place, it's a fucking cartridge. It's code. It's a little bit of electricity. It's the appearance of a place. But if you think, once you see that appearance, oh, I'm trapped here. How do I get out of this? How do I get out of this game? It's not becoming superhuman. To get out of the video game, you don't make a stronger character in the game. I'm going to be super spooky human. No. You stop playing the game, Dorothy. You never left Kansas. You never left Kansas. Yeah, smooth. This video game is convincing like a motherfucker. Just like they said in the book, I'm going to put you under a strong illusion. And the interesting thing about the physical world, Malkuth, on the Tree of Life, is that it's triple dense. It's triple dense. The physical world is not the third dimension. It's three-dimensional. It's experience, It's experience three-dimensionally. It is not the third dimension. Why is it not the third dimension? Because if you were to say it's the third dimension, that implies that dimensionality begins with the physical world. It does not. The physical world is the residue. It is the final part. But if you're looking at the polarity from the Tree of Life, right? You got the first three up here. You get all the way down to 10, you got 10, 11, and 12. 10, 11, and 12th dimension is what you're dealing with, okay? And that's why it's triple dense. That's why it's so solid, okay? But if you're talking 13, 14, 15, and 16, that's the path back. But if you don't know how you got to 12, the path back don't mean nothing. The path back don't mean nothing. There's no particular place in a video game that is the best place to get out of the game. Nigga, put the controller down. But if you don't know what you is, and you still identify with the avatar in the game, that's impossible. You can sit there and flex to other motherfuckers who ain't come to do the work, but that's all you're doing. This ain't about motivation and feeling good. The path is going to be awful. It's going to be terrible. Shedding some of those old agreements. It's awful. It fucking hurts, man. It's terrible. It's necessary. I'm sure it fucking hurts breaking open that seed, having all your fruity flesh fall off and be eaten by a bunch of things that, like, what the fuck? This centipede, this pill bug, this roach, these birds. They're eating my flesh. I thought I was a mango. No, nigga, you a seed. Well, I just realized I'm a seed and now I gotta break myself open? Yep. Be about your father's work. Be about your father's work. All right, I'm gonna hit this last segment, man. Like I say, motherfuckers are hitting me like, hey, man, I watched all your videos, man. I've seen all your stuff. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. I know you're lying. I know you're lying, and there's no reason to lie to me. You had to lie to yourself first. You had to. Don't waste your time lying to me. I'm the ego. I see through it. I'm not gonna call you out for it. I'm gonna feed you more hero cookies. But look, you haven't watched all the shit, okay? I'm gonna let you see part of the brand story, okay? You wanna know how the fuck I've been, where the fuck I've been, how the fuck I got to the place I'm at? I'm really though, don't waste your time trying to figure me out. I tell you who I am. I tell you how this works. You'll see the video, okay? I tell you who I am. Don't waste your time figuring me out. Figure out you. Fuck. I don't know what the hell this man is talking about. But I could tell very clearly that he knew exactly what he was talking about. His particular method of conveying information never really clicked with mine. But I learned plenty from Bobby, and I still do. My teacher of choice was Phil Valentine. Phil had this thing he would do where he would, I guess he would write out what he was going to say in a speech or a lecture before he actually did it, and he would give the lecture based on that. You know, you can even hear it in the language and the way he spoke. But the fact that he manipulated his words in a manner in which was precise in terms of the meaning he was trying to convey. You know, Bobby had more of a, I'm going to get it out to the people, I'm going to talk to the common man. And, you know, it's cool, you know, because it is what it is. But that wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted to hear what the information was, not in layman's terms. And naturally, you know, you mess with Bobby Hemmett and you mess with Phil Valentine, you're going to get around to Panic too. So I came around to Panic as well. And Panic helped to put some things in reference for me. Mostly to open the door. So I could begin to open the door to many things. Because at this time, you know, I had, after having given up everything that I thought I knew, all my learning, and completely restructuring my thought, my framework, my ideals, my conceptions, after going back to begin to reframe that, I had maybe 3 or 4 whiteboards. You know, by the time I was dealing heavy with Panic stuff, and at that time I didn't realize it was metaphysics I was dealing with. I was simply just trying to unlock it, trying to figure it out. You know, what the hell was this I'm looking at? Why does this make sense? Just constantly chasing after that thing that I know I'm missing. You know, that little spot. I just catch that, boom. But slowly but surely, I was rediscovering the old metaphysics, the things that didn't make sense to me, or I was telling myself I comprehended so that I felt better about the situation, or so that I didn't actually have to face how much I might not have comprehended it. Those things began to make sense. And not just make sense, they became fluid. They became more natural. I won't say it was watching
Bobby or Phil or Panic. It was taking action is what changed things. Taking action is what changed things. And dealing with Panic is what introduced me to the left-hand path. Now this was the goal for me anyways. Or so I thought. That's how it goes, right? But I dug in because this was perfect. This was up my alley. Hell, I was the alley. This shit was up. What are you talking about? Well, I'd like to say I matched my movements with information I was rebuilding, but I would say it matched me a lot of times. I would start to see the archetypes actually express themselves through my own experience. While I was rebuilding the old metaphysics and putting the framework back together, I hit a glass ceiling. What I mean by glass ceiling, it's a barrier, it's a ceiling. You can see through it. You can tell exactly what's on the other side, but you can't move past it. And it's in link with the information, or the process of comprehending the information is that I had to express it to others. And so I found little people, to talk it through. Not talk it through. Well, I didn't think I was talking it through for my own understanding. I thought, hey, you're teaching it to them, you're telling them, you're letting them know. But when I was honest with myself and I looked at it, almost every time I was teaching myself more. And it's because I was able to turn it in a way I hadn't already been turning the information and look at it from a new perspective. See, I'm usually good for taking it, turning it, looking at all kind of different angles, but you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. But ignorance is the precursor to knowledge, so it's a great place to be. But yeah, that was my next hurdle. I had to start teaching it to people, and when I jumped over that little gap, information opened back up and began to unfold even more, and with it, I did too. I wanted to be able to challenge the framework that I had, so that if I'm going to say that this can stand, if I'm going to know that it's going to stand, it's not going to be based on my force of will and my confidence to say that it's so. But I want to know that it can stand because I've honestly tried to destroy it. Not simply parading it around to others, swapping subjective experiences with people. I wanted to be more than just confident that I knew. I wanted more than the feeling of confidence. But the only way I was going to do that was if I was honest with myself and say, hey, you don't know that. You don't know that. How do you know that? Gotta challenge myself. There was no one else obligated to do it. And if I really wanted the results, I had to do the work.
I want to make some real clear, real quick. Cut it off. What is this? Oh, I know what that is. Yeah, okay. Anyways. Don't start teaching. Don't. If you're going to teach anybody, teach people close to you. Don't start trying to teach the world. Please don't. Because I'm going to eat you. I'm not joking. I'm going to eat you. Bane of the left-hand path. I'm Bane of the left-hand path. If you ain't read none of the fucking Star Wars shit, I'm not going to tell you to go read it. I'm going to tell you what it's about. Look, Bane destroyed all of these niggas. All these niggas that was talking Sith. Back to the rule of two. You motherfuckers want to make this weak-ass little collective. Ain't no teams. Ain't no groups. I can be friendly. Hey, how you doing, man? See you. I'm not your friend. I'm not. Bane of the left-hand path. I'm coming for everyone. So you want to stop wasting your time listening to these other motherfuckers who just repeating the same shit over and over and over again, making sure that you feel good. Hey, man, it's all inside of you.
What the fuck does that mean? What is you? What is you? Was that a question or a statement? What is you? I'm coming for every single one. I'm telling you, don't get out here and start teaching. By the time I got to a place where I was even making a video for YouTube, bro, I've been talking to people about this I know for years. I had been digging for everything I could find about how I was already wrong. The only reason I even opened up to speak to anyone was because I couldn't find a place where I could see anymore. I found every hole I could find from my perspective, and so I needed other perspectives to give me another way to challenge what I was saying. That's it. Not to teach niggas, not to show niggas, not to wake nobody up. Fuck you. Fuck you. Don't try and teach the world. Don't. You're gonna waste your fucking time. I'm doing some work here. I'm doing, like, if you checked out my other videos, I'm trying to rebuild the old metaphysics and strip it of all the spookiness. I don't need to say some weird word from another language nobody you know speaks. I'm not saying, okay, it's this deity, it's this deity. Here's the book you need. Here's the religion you need. Here's the breathing practice you need to do. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking breathing. Okay, that's one good for your meditation. It's not the key. What is you? That's the key. What are you agreeing the self is? Don't try and run from illusion. Illusion is your best friend. The ego is your highest servant. Don't run. If you're the one thing that's everything, how the fuck else could you be anything else ever? You have to agree to it. You have to agree to that illusion. And you've already done it. The die has been cast. You've already started the game. There's no going back. Play it through. Fuck you mean. Play it through.
Oh, the middle path. Oh, I've already done it. There's nothing to do.
There's nothing to do here. Stop playing my game. What do you mean when you say I, myself, me? If it's the body or the personality, you're lying. You fucked. You fucked. It's neither of those things. It's neither of those things. And don't say some shit like the soul, my soul. The soul is singular. The soul is singular. So what's a soul? So now you got to explain to me what a soul is without any type of multiplicity. You don't even know what that means. You don't even know what that means. You're sitting there speaking English like a fucking slave. You don't know what these words mean. But you think you do because you're comfortable speaking with other dead niggas. You think Kunta and them on a slave plantation had a grasp of English? No. They could talk to Massa, do whatever the fuck Massa wanted them to get done. They did not have a grasp of English. See, man, motherfucker told you you're not allowed to read. The only thing you want to do is read. Now they inundate you with reading and you don't want to read. You have no idea how English works. I know you don't because I had no idea. I was mind blown when I realized how much of a dumbass I'd been and didn't know English. When I was living in Mexico and I had to learn Spanish, that was the first time I realized I never knew English. I'm sitting there trying to put words together, look at the structure, and then I look back at how we did it in English and I'm like, God damn it, I was just blabbing. I had no idea that this is how it comes together, that there was a purpose to any of it. But you're so convinced that you're ahead of the game because you're running faster than dead niggas. If you run in a race, you out there on the track, there's no reason to be impressed with yourself by moving faster than the audience. They didn't come to race. There are motherfuckers that come to this
just to be unaware, just to be ignorant. And you out here, oh no, I'm better than that. I'm gonna rise from this. I'm never coming back to the physical world. No. Because you're impressed that you're moving faster than the audience, and this is why I'm gonna overlap you. Again, and again, and again. I'm gonna take a break, watch you, and then do it again. You better hope your girl don't see. Oh. We is an illusion. Well, we in the physical sense. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The whole physical world is one thing. It's one thing. Like, have you ever seen one of those fractal pictures of a pyramid where you got one little pyramid at the top and it's made of other little pyramids and other little pyramids until it makes one big pyramid? That's all one pyramid. It has the appearance of smaller and singular pyramids. I'm telling you, the physical world is one thing. One thing. It has the appearance of multiple things. But the self, most certainly because you've gone through the Trinity, you've gone through being the one thing is everything, through illusion, to being the Son, to being the Christ, to being a soul. And now, because you started the game, you got to finish it. And in going through, what you are, what the self is, becomes a multiplicity of things. So when you're talking we, it's not this stuff. It's not this stuff. It's the self. The self-deification stuff. The reason that the things that you're deifying are like the rungs on a ladder. Okay, remember, you're the whole damn thing. You gotta look up the Adam Kadmon. One thing I talked about it in the last episode when I talked about the flat Earth stuff, and how Earth is flat, but the planet is not. The planet is not flat. So yeah, the things that are being deified are the rungs back up the ladder. I'm telling you, man, niggas don't get it. Glamour, to be specific. Yeah. Look up glamour and shit. Mesmers. Yeah, it's a fucking glamour. And see, this is what I be saying. You motherfuckers are impressed with yourself. And that ain't even you. Like, get the fuck out of here. Not only are you impressed with yourself, you're lying to yourself, and that ain't even yourself. It's so ass backwards. Like, stop playing my game. The ego says one thing. Let me go. Let me go. You're agreeing to this shit. Contract is law. It's not policies written by politicians. Contract is law. That is what makes the law. What have you agreed to? Fuck. Motherfuckers walk into a room full of people you've never met and assume you know what's going on in that room. All rise. Yes, sir, Your Honor. Fuck out of here. You've never met these people in your life. What if somebody walked into a room with you and your homies, never met y'all niggas, and assumed you knew what y'all was doing, what y'all was about? That's what you niggas do. With the shit these motherfuckers have done to you legally, you've done to yourself spiritually. Point for point for point for point for point. I'm telling you. It's contract. In your fucking driver's license, birth certificate stuff. So you think you know what that is. You think you know how it works because you've heard people say something, and you go back to dead niggas and you tell them a little tidbit, and the dead niggas like, oh, wow, that's amazing. You got some more of that? That's crazy. You don't know shit. I'm telling you. You don't know shit. You don't know contract. You don't know English. I'm coming for everyone. Somebody better fucking defeat me. Don't eat them. Don't eat your kids. Yo, I'm getting better at this shit. I swear I am. But they look like food. They look like food. They're helpless. They're ignorant. They're tiny. Look, my biggest point with that last piece is this. It's you are the one that's obligated to your own self to be honest as you can about what you don't know. No one is going to come along like fucking grade school and inform you of what you should know, how you should know it, and whether or not you win the game. Now look, you do consultations with me, I'll help you get there. I'll help you fuck with it. But other than that, bro, of course you on your own. Of course you on your own. What you gonna say? Oh man, come on, we gotta come together and rise together. But ain't no we. Ain't no we. Fuck you mean? I'm an NPC in your game. Fuck you talking about? Let's stop. Bane of the left-hand path. I'm coming for everyone. So you go ahead and go and pick your spot. Pick your spot. You can't hide from me. You can't match my footwork. Dance with me. You can't. You gonna try. This whole world tries. Every little ounce of it. Trying so desperately to be whatever the fuck it's appearing to be. You're not gonna win this dance. You're not going to beat me at my game. This is the only place that you lose, yet you consistently try to win. As soon as you try and win at my game, you've agreed that you can lose. I'm the god of losing. You're not beating me, kid. Let me go. Let me go. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. I'm smooth. There are games I meant. Okay. I don't know what you mean now. I'm sorry. I'm already far gone. I'm already gone. That's alright. Yo, it's about to hit 2 hours, man. I be trying not to go so long, but I get caught up in my bullshit. You know. This is what I do. They tell you not to roll in shit with pigs because they like it. I'm the pig. Oink oink niggas. But because I'm the manager of this metaphysical, masterful, meteorological monsoon of a maelstrom, I can tell you that the skies are starting to clear up, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the links in the description, okay? Get on the Gilded server. Become a citizen. Become a citizen of the Gilded server. You're going to be open to the new things that are coming. Visit Occult Corner Store. If you want to help this fucking work out, I don't care about your likes, your comments, or your subscribes. I really don't. Alright, all my shit is age restricted. I don't monetize my videos, so none of that's really going to have an effect. Alright? Don't care. If you want to help, either personally share this with somebody, not just put it in your stories because everybody knows you and everybody watches your stories. No, they don't. Nobody fucking cares. God. Ugh. Either personally share it with somebody or spend some money. We got a whole fucking store. Consultations is what I do. It's not just something I offer to people on the side of whatever it is I claim to do. This is what I do. If you're not convinced, check the receipts. It's a whole fucking YouTube channel. I'm telling you, don't nobody do it like me, but ain't no reason. Go ahead. Don't believe me, just watch. Go look at the shit. The skies are clearing up, motherfuckers. The skies are clearing up. Thank you for joining me on this motherfucking Monday. Continue the rest of your day because I'm going to fucking do that.